I'm gonna make another quality of life decision on this old BMW that a lot of classic car owners aren't gonna like.
You disgust me. How can you live with yourself?
I'm gonna put a modern sound system with a screen in my old BMW.
Oh my God, no!
Some are gonna think it's an abomination, I know, but I really want navigation and modern Apple CarPlay systems, and this is a cheap and easy way to get it. If there was a more subtle option, I probably would have chosen it.
You've managed to make things worse at every turn. A monkey would be a refreshing step up from you.
But let me show you what I got and how I installed it. Removal is pretty simple. You just remove the trim ring around it, then you slide two little tabs on each side up, and then you just got to kind of wiggle it out. I used a screwdriver for that. Then you remove the mounting bracket. At this point, I just put the new mounting bracket for the new stereo in. And then we have the daunting task of wiring this thing. Now this has a lot of features. It has a microphone so you can answer calls and talk to Siri and all that sort of stuff. It has outputs for all the speakers and a subwoofer. And of course it does have a reverse camera as well.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
But of course, when we get the basics in, we're gonna slide it in, test everything to make sure that all the audio stuff works first. That looks pretty good, so now we're gonna move on to the backup camera wiring. All the wiring to power the backup camera and everything is actually located in the trunk, so it's pretty easy to just find a wire that's going to power it. Then you run the backup camera wire through the license plate light, and the backup camera actually just mounts to the same bracket as your license plate. So it's really pretty simple to wire this up. Next, we're going to have to run all the wires from the back up to the front. So then I had to take the back seat out of the car, and it's not hard, it's just a couple of bolts, but it's unwieldy to get out. It's kind of a big pain in the butt, but that's how you're going to pass the wires through from the trunk to the car, since this doesn't have any standard pass-through like a modern car.
No, 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 no. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. Captain, this is a little embarrassing, but you know, I've never noticed the little lever I've been pushing. It's only about 2/3 of the way up. I actually can give her more.
Then it's just a matter of running those wires. Then we just wire everything up in the unit, and it's time to test it out. Now it's time to upgrade our speakers. Obviously, the ones that are in the car are practically 40 years old.
Turn it up! Turn it up!
We are going to put some relatively inexpensive, but basically equal Sony three-way speakers. We're going to use the housing that's on the car, obviously, and it does need to be slightly modified. However, we don't modify anything to the point where the original speakers couldn't be placed back in there if for whatever reason somebody wants really horrible 40-year-old sounding speakers. To do the modification, I just use a Dremel tool. It seems like the Dremel might be the most handy tool that I actually own. Takes a little fiddling to get everything all squared away and set up, but it doesn't take that long to do this, and I know it's going to sound absolutely incredible once it's finished. One done. Now we got to get the other side. Okay, now that we've got the other side finished, it's just time to put them back in. Now it's time to tackle the rears. And nothing needs to be modified to do this. They basically fit right in the same buckets. Next, we're going to be running a bunch of wires, and this, of course, is to finish off the sound of our audio system with a nice big subwoofer. We definitely want to make sure that our license plate rattles so everyone knows we've got good sound. In order to run this and make everything look professional, I wanted to go ahead and remove the seats and run everything under the carpet. I also wanted to rewire the rear speakers as well. And sometimes in order to do a professional job and make sure everything is wired properly, you have to remove a lot of stuff. So basically the entire lower part of the center console and the center console were all loosened or removed to make sure that everything is going to run and look great and be proper. This is a lot of extra work, but in the end it looks a heck of a lot better when it's finished, and you don't have to worry about wires getting caught, cut, visible, anything like that. It just looks like a professional job. So I did take the extra time, removed the seats, cleaned everything up, and ran all of the wires under there. Then we went into the trunk to wire up the entire subwoofer harness and all that sort of stuff. Then it was a matter of plugging everything into the receiver, pushing it into the dash, and testing that everything works. And it does. So it seems like this is the natural state of my head unit at this point. No matter what I do, I can't seem to get it to stay in.
That's what she said.
None of the tabs on top of the mounting bracket seem to catch on anything. So we're gonna pull this out and fix it one final time. So I'm lucky enough to have another one of these units that's not in the car, so I can play around with this. And you can see that this just slides around. This is what's supposed to hold this stupid thing in, but of course it doesn't. So what I'm gonna do is use this, and we're gonna slide it in here, and we'll put a screw through that hole right there, and that's not going anywhere. So that's the plan. All right, so here's my little contraption. I can use a screwdriver down at the bottom here to push it out and slide it over. The main thing is going to be getting it in the car and making sure that the sound system will actually go in past these bolts. I think it should be okay. Well, I certainly like how that fits in there now. It's not going anywhere. Of course, won't matter if everything doesn't work. So, you know what? Let's turn it on, see what happens. Well, it looks like it's totally functional. Let's make sure the backup camera works. It does. Well, it seems like it's back to normal, and it's gonna stay in. I like it. Now, I did keep the original audio stuff, and I didn't hack anything up, so it couldn't be put back to stock.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
But that won't happen while I own the car, because I plan to drive it. And for that to happen, I need some of these creature comforts. Now, why am I bothering to spend all this time and money and energy on this old beat up 733 that's not worth anything?
Because you're an idiot, that's how.
Well, it could only possibly be for the love of cars. I'm guessing if you're watching this, it's because you like old beat up cars too. So go out there, find that one that's sitting in the field that you always wanted to have. You know what? Make an offer, fix it up, put it back on the road. If this moron can figure it out, I know you can too. My name is Michael Fire Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. And I'll see you in the next one.